Miguel, could you start by telling us about your column in the Herald and what's the relevance of agriculture information in a society like Goa?
This column, Green Thumb, that I am doing in the Herald currently, is a column that I had started off writing in the year 1992 for the Gomantak Times Weekender. I have realized that people want to know about plants, how to grow them, and information that is relevant to Goa is quite often not available. There are a large number of books, but how to make this information useful to the person is quite often a problem. And a person who reads it cannot often relate to the information there. The other thing that they want is information that is relevant at a particular point of time, instead of going through the books to find out what is relevant. And so this column has been of use, and there has been a lot of positive feedback.
What are the kinds of topics you focus on, for instance?
I normally work on topics which are of current interest. Like in the month of August, about manuring of coconut. Of coconut. But this is the time of the year when coconuts are traditionally manured in Goa.
Yeah.
And they would like to know what to put, whether there is an organic option. And if there is an organic option, whether they need to do the complete NPK balance with organic, or there are other options. Then even in fertilizers, they would like to know what is better and how to determine which plant requires what. Around the year, people want to grow flowering plants or vegetables in a particular season. Now, whether it is a time to sow it or time to plant it is something you want to know. If it is to be planted, how it is to be planted, what care should be taken.
Yeah, and of course, and you write in a style which is not dry and academic.
I try to put in a little bit of humor, a little bit of human interest from my own experience or from what I've heard from somebody. Over the last 30 years, interacting with different people, I've come to know what some of the people expect. And invariably, when it's talking about plants, a great segment of the readership is ladies who are interested in it, especially those who are housewives or those who are retired and would like to do a little bit of gardening around their house, whether it's for fresh vegetables or for flowering plants.
But do you think that the Goan middle class seems to be a bit extra caught up with flowering plants rather than, say, utility-based vegetables and things like that?
Today it has become more of a competition to keep abreast with the neighborhood. It is no longer the necessity to grow vegetables, that is people feel, because almost all the vegetables are available in the market. But slowly that awareness is creeping in that the vegetables that you get in the market are very heavily dosed with harmful pesticides.
Yeah.
And that they would do well to grow some of it at home to reduce the pesticide load that they're consuming. Migraine headaches is a common complaint nowadays. Very few people relate it to organophosphorus pesticides which are used for vegetables, quite often even on the day of the harvest. So these are the things that people are slowly becoming aware.
On the one hand, we want to keep the state green, but at the same time, I think agriculture is becoming unviable in Goa. That's the kind of point of view. So, what solution would you offer to people who want to plant, say, paddy or rice, or is there an alternative to that?
Actually, the problem is not on the non-viability of rice cultivation, but rather on the opportunities that we have for alternative vocations and professions.
You mean there are more alternatives to rice?
In Goa, you have tourism, which can employ. The government is a big employer. There are industrial estates which employ. So a person always evaluates whether if he grows rice, how much he'll get, and how much he'll get even if he's a motorcycle pilot.
Yeah.
And accordingly he'll choose his profession, and accordingly he'll do his work. If it's profitable, it's good. Now with the rising prices of rice and vegetables, there is a interest to go back. The other problem that we are facing in Goa is our very ill-defined tenancy rights, where neither the tenant is empowered nor the previous landlord is empowered. And so in that flux, the government and the politicians have been really benefiting the most, where neither the tenant is able to look after the fields because he does not have the wherewithal of funding when it's required. And through the government system, it takes such a long time that by the time a small breach in the bund is to be repaired, it's already a washout of maybe 200 meters. And, yeah.
So what's the option to rice if you wanted one?
Growing rice is an option that we need to look at again.
I see.
And basically, if you are looking at the local varieties which are adapted to saline conditions, the new technologies that are available, developed by the farmers in tsunami-affected Andhra Pradesh or Tamil Nadu, which help them to overcome the salinity and grow rice and sugarcane again. If you look at these technologies, then we can do something. But we also need, it's coming up now because of basically the regional plan, the village unity is coming back, the village level plan is coming back, and I think that is something that can be used for cultivation also. If the people are really interested in retaining their land and putting it to profitable use, there are options which we need to explore. The mindset is slowly beginning to change, and I think it's a good sign.
Thanks so much.